have a speech coming up. Your instructor has prepared you for the required content, and you know you will be graded on how you give the speech. Maybe you've had a speech class, maybe you haven't. Regardless of your current comfort level or ability, we've designed this video to give you expert tips on how to deliver your upcoming presentation. You can increase your confidence, decrease your anxiety, and deliver a polished speech. In public speaking, good notes can go bad. Notes are meant to enhance a presentation rather than hinder good delivery. Notes are meant to help a speaker move from thought to thought rather than word to word. However, many novice speakers believe the more notes they have, the better their speech will be. Here are a few pitfalls that can occur when too many notes are used. Reading, which can put an audience to sleep quickly.
For some, it's even a breakfast food. Regardless of the time or reason, Americans consume it by 350 slices per second.
Losing your place because of too many notes.
It's a fun food. It's a comfort food. It's even a breakfast food.
If using note cards, dropping them and having to play 52 card pickup.
Regardless,
the only full-text version of your speech should exist during the development phase. Then, once you are comfortable with that version, here are some tips for expert notes use. First, decide the type of notes you will use. A good rule of thumb is to use only enough paper that will cover the surface of the lectern or podium. Try to avoid notes that require a lot of handling. If using note cards and markers, use large note cards and dark marker. If you use sheets of paper, either use about 3 pages or you may wish to staple your speech pages to a manila folder. This single unit is no fuss and looks very professional. Also notice the 16 to 20 point font so that the speaker can actually see their own notes. Next, reduce the full text version of your speech to keywords. Why? Because if you use detailed notes like these, you will be tempted to read. Even the most seasoned speaker would. Look and listen for the difference when using full text notes versus keyword notes. Yes, you can deliver your entire speech with just keywords, but only if you've practiced. In day-to-day life, how do you feel when someone doesn't make eye contact with you? Do you think they're untrustworthy? Think they don't care? In American culture, eye contact is probably the most important nonverbal component in a communication exchange. Public speaking is no different. You need to see your audience, and your audience needs to see that you see them. Look at what poor eye contact can do to your message.
it's a fun food. It's a comfort food. For some, it's even a breakfast food. Regardless of the time.
Notice the eye contact is not sustained. The speaker is scanning the audience and is far too reliant on their notes. Perhaps you've been taught that you should use one of these techniques. The surveillance camera.
Share some facts about this beloved food.
The focal point.
First, I'll discuss pizza's humble origins. Then we'll take a look at some interesting facts about pizza.
Head bobbing, particularly in your introduction.
Food. For some, it's even a breakfast food.
These techniques don't work because people know when you're not making eye contact with them. The truth is, there is no quick fix for good eye contact. Sustained eye contact involves connecting with the members of your audience just like you would in a one-on-one conversation. So of all the delivery tips you learned today, start employing sustained eye contact right away.
But I've got a question for you. How much do you really know about pizza?
We've talked about notes and eyes. Now let's talk about what to do with the rest of your body. When a speaker feels nervous, it's easy to shuffle to the speaking area, appearing completely unenthused about the task at hand. Instead, stride confidently to the speaking area, which can boost your confidence. Take a couple of seconds for yourself. Establish brief eye contact with your audience. Let your shoulders drop, smile. Then, when you are ready, begin. If you wish to move, take steps that are slow and deliberate. Stop and center yourself after every 3 to 4 steps.
I'm talking about pizza. But how much do you really know about your pizza?
Here are some body positions to avoid. Lectern as a life preserver.
It's a comfort food. For some, it's even a breakfast food.
The dance.
It's a comfort food. For some, it's even a breakfast food. Regardless of the time or reason, Americans consume it by 350 slices per second.
The Supremes.
It's a comfort food. For some, it's even a breakfast food. Yes, I'm talking about pizza.
The Rebel.
It's a comfort food. For some, it's even a breakfast food.
The River Dance.
It's a fun food. It's a comfort food. For some, it's even a breakfast food.
Next, let's discuss hand gestures. Remember, hand gestures give you a sense of energy and animation as you speak. Gestures emphasize key ideas. Hands should rest comfortably at your sides when not used for emphasis. Gestures should never look scripted or rehearsed.
Americans.
Here are hand gestures to avoid. Fast fingers.
It's a comfort food. For some, it's even a breakfast food.
Death grip on the lectern, partial or full.
For some, it's even a breakfast food.
The flipper.
It's a comfort food. For some, it's even a breakfast food.
The handcuffs.
It's a comfort food. For some, it's even a breakfast food. Regardless of the time or reason, Americans consume it by 350 slices per second.
The pocket protector.
It's a comfort food. For some, it's even a breakfast food. Regardless of the time or reason, Americans consume it by 350 slices per second.
The primper.
It's a fun food. It's a comfort food. For some, it's even a breakfast food. Regardless of the time or reason, it's a
The
fun
fig
food.
leaf.
It's a comfort food. For some, it's even a breakfast food.
Have you ever heard the phrase, "It's not what you say, but how you say it"? That's where vocals in public speaking come in. So, what's wrong here?
For some.
Your voice should be slightly louder than natural conversation. Look for your audience's nonverbal reactions to clue you in if you need to pump up the volume. What's wrong here?
About pizza, a timeless food favorite of children and adults alike. But I have a question for you. How much do you really know about your pizza? For example,
When a speaker flies through their speech, the audience may not understand the message. Speedy speeches also may not meet the time limit, a grade buster in some classes. Many rapid speakers make the mistake of using a fully written out speech, which kills both eye contact and rate. Use a bare bones outline and invoke strategic pauses. What's wrong here?
today, I'm going to share
We all use non-words like Your goal is not to completely eliminate from your vocabulary, but make sure that it doesn't distract your listeners from your speech. The reason most speakers say is because they don't know what's coming next. Try to pause instead of using a non-word. If you really want to get these out of your vocabulary, have a friend or family member call you on them. And this is just wrong.
this beloved food. First, we'll look at pizza's humble origins. Second, we'll take a look at some unusual food facts. And finally,
Believe it or not, research shows that the tone of your voice carries more weight than the words you choose to say. So when delivering your upcoming speech, make sure that the tone of your voice matches the intended tone of your content. Your physical appearance sends a message to your audience even before you begin to speak, like it or not. The Speech 100 textbook, Understanding Human Communication, reports that we do make assumptions based on people's clothing. So is this what your instructor and classmates expect you to wear on the day you give your speech? Most likely, they do not. Here are some tips so you can create a good impression. Then your audience can focus on your message, not your outfit. Do keep jewelry at a minimum. Do avoid t-shirts with writing on them. Do pull your hair off of your face. Do spit out gum before you speak. Do not wear a hat on speech day. Do dress appropriately for the audience and situation. Want to really make an impression? Tuck in your shirt and don't wear sweats. What if you were told that there is something that you can do to increase your confidence and provide added insurance for speaking success? Would you do it? I certainly hope so. And I hope that you will do it more than once. Practice. Just like your favorite athlete or singer would never perform without a few rehearsals, you should always give yourself ample time for several practice sessions before your actual presentation. Be sure to time your speech during each practice session. Practicing will make you feel more comfortable about the task ahead and will help you to work out any speaking issues ahead of time. Now that you have the techniques you need, we are sure that you will do great on your upcoming presentation.